did not know what their message entailed until 1996, when I began translation of this message. The message of the GA was delivered via helontic communication, which has been translated verbatim from their remote transmissions. Helontic communication is not channeling, it is the remote transfer of electronically encoded data. Channeling involves merging the personal consciousness with other portions of personal identity, the energy identities of beings from other times, places, or dimensions, or the direct absorption of electrically encoded data from the crystalline universal memory matrix. In chelontic communication, the personal consciousness remains within its usual conscious focus as a communicator from elsewhere intentionally transmits electronically encoded data to the receiver via remote projection of frequency. The GA organized their message in the form of a book that was completed between late December 1996 and late February 1997. On October 25, 1997, the GA orchestrated a physical consensual abduction through which new information on the Bridge Zone project was provided. On June 26, 1998, due to events that are explained in the Volume 2, the GA added nearly 200 pages of new information to their original message. The first two volumes of the Voyagers series, The Sleeping Abductees and Secrets of Amenti, are the compilation of the December 1996 and June 1998 GA chelontic transmissions. It represents the first official GA message to the people of contemporary Earth. It is their message, presented in their format, using their words. I do not claim authorship for this book, as I served only as translator of information that originates with the GA. Translation of this information has been an educational journey for me, and I am frequently in awe of the breadth of information the GA provides. In the fourth volume of this series, Voyagers 4, Visitors Through the Portals of Time, I will describe, in my own words, what I have learned and experienced through contact with the GA. But of greater importance is the message of the GA, and hence their books must appropriately come first. The human evolutionary story is not complete without the inclusion of multidimensional reality and the facts of ET, other dimensional, OD, and intertime, IT, visitors' involvement with Earth. Neither the dynamics of such visitations nor the mechanics of human evolution will be understood until the multidimensional framework within which all manifest realities take place is acknowledged. As a child, I did not choose to believe in ETs, but they made their presence known to me quite without my prompting, and the reality of their existence was undeniable. I am convinced that the presence of ET, OD, and IT visitors has been an ongoing, yet relatively hidden part of the human story since our earliest beginnings on Earth. Groups such as the GA have always been aware of this fact, and they are quite familiar with the myriad of different interdimensional space-time locations from which visitors may come. When I asked the GA about their location in space-time, they explained that their organization spans many different planetary, space, time, and dimensional fields. Membership within the GA reaches from the matter-based galaxies and universes of the lower dimensions, to the unfathomable cosmic reality fields of pure consciousness that exist beyond the metagalactic core, free from dimensional structure. However, they also indicated that the GA members directly involved with me have their primary physical base of operations within a space-time location that represents future time from our contemporary Earth perspective. Many of my GA contacts reside within the reality fields of pure consciousness, having evolved beyond the confines of space-time and matter-based forms. But those who appear in human biology, and some of the ETs, are physically based upon a planet called Terra, in the year 6520 AD, within our linear progression of time. From their position on Terra, members are in contact with GA legions throughout the cosmos. In the past history of my Terran GA contacts, Terra was known as Earth. Though the GA has many members of a truly ET nature, unrelated to Earth, many of my GA contacts are quite terrestrial in origin. They are time travelers from a future version of Earth that we may one day evolve to become. The two groups that oversee the Terran GA membership are the priests of UR and the priests of Mu, ancient immortal humans of the elder race, that have always been involved with the evolution of our species. These priesthoods are not gender-based, female, male, and androgynous, facilitate teachings of the Law of One. In my dealings with the GA, it has become quite apparent that the universe is much larger and much more diverse than we have yet ventured to imagine. Many of our ancient earthly ancestors were quite aware of this fact. I am grateful for the knowledge and education I have gained through my relationship with the Guardian Alliance. I am comforted by the thought that members of the GA, our elder race and our galactic and cosmic neighbors, cared enough about humanity to inform us about conditions that will directly affect the quality of our evolution. What we choose to do with this information is entirely up to us, personally and collectively. The Guardian's message, as contained within this book, is not the end of the story, it is only the beginning. This book provides the background setting through which the saga of continued human evolution unfolds. I personally believe that events on Earth are occurring as the GA has indicated. The GA and other pro-human visitor groups are here to help us understand and successfully maneuver the challenges our planet will face during the next 18 years, and they hope to lead us gently to a realization of our multidimensional heritage. They are also here to teach us to protect ourselves today from intruder visitor races that do not have our best interests at heart. It is often said that realization is always personal. One day our race will collectively realize the truth of our rich multidimensional heritage. Until that time, realization of this reality is right, and the responsibility of the individual. I am privileged to introduce the message of the Guardian Alliance. CDT plates, Emerald Covenant, and the Mass Drama. The information contained within the Voyagers series books, Cathra Biospiritual Healing System, Tangible Structure of the Soul Accelerated Biospiritual Evolution Program, and related materials produced through the 3 legitimate GA speakers, represents translation of ancient records. These ancient records exist in physical form as a set of 12 silver metallic discs called the Cloister Doratura Plate Libraries, or CDT plates. The 12 CDT plates are holographic recording, storage, and transmission devices that hold massive amounts of data in encrypted, electromagnetic scalar standing wave form. Translation of data from the CDT plate libraries is accomplished through initiation of specific frequency transmissions, through which the disks activate to release their stored data in the chosen form of holographic, audio, visual, or digital translation. The 12 CDT plates were manufactured from a form of striated selenite quartz crystal organic to the density 2 planet Sirius B, surrounding a radioactive isotopic core, encased in a hybrid metal-silver alloy compound organic to Earth. The CDT plates were manufactured by the Tarun priests of UR and Maharaji Syrian Blue Human Holy Grail Line races of the Council of Azur-Line, often collectively called the Azurite or Ioni races, on density 2 Sirius B, GA Signet Council 6 and Guardians of D6 Sirius B Stargate 6 in the Universal Templar Complex, C. Voyagers, Volume 1. In 246,000 BC, CDT plates were presented as a gift to the Urtite human race, the seed race of the contemporary human lineage, by the Azurite races Sirius B, in honor of the Urtites entering the Founders races, Emerald Covenant Coevolution Agreement Peace Treaty. The CDT plates contain massive encrypted tomes of practical physical and spiritual evolutionary advancement teachings, presented to the races of our 15-dimensional time matrix by the density 5. Dimensions 13 to 15, Elohia Elohim Emerald Order, Seraphi Seraphim Gold Order, and Braharama Amethyst Order Melchizedek Cloister Brno, the primary founders races in our time matrix. The teachings contained in the CDT plates cover the full evolutionary history of life evolution in our time matrix since the last life wave was seeded 950 billion years ago up to the present. Time is simultaneous in nature. Past, present, future exist as multiple sets of interconnected cycles of evolutionary development that form manifest probabilities of possible experiential action. The CDT plates also contain future records of the many various paths of evolutionary development of human and interdimensional, intergalactic, intertime races, which emerge from free will choices rendered in our present space-time continuum. Of the existing probable futures, or primary time vectors of evolutionary development that exist as future experiential potentials, our present moment choices determine which line of probable evolution we will perceive in manifest form as a future continuum of time emerging from our present